think. Most of the time when I start Minecraft, I have to restart it at least once, sometimes 3 or 4 times. Sometimes I have to reboot the whole console. With each update, I hope that that's fixed. But what are you going to do? I don't know. If I knew, I'd do it. Got any suggestions? It's probably not something I'm going to do. So what I've been doing off camera is fishing. I've been fishing. Now I've been posting these videos every few days on YouTube, but in real life I have been making them for a while there. I was making them every day. I'm just checking out on YouTube. I want to find out where my posts are at. Yeah, I made them every day for a while, and then I post dated the schedule of these things to give me, you know, some content that every other day there was one of these videos. So it's been a week for me, and I in fact haven't really done a whole lot of playing. The last couple of days I haven't played at all. I've been doing other things. And I've managed to get only 5 Nautilus shells so far. Have I ever got a lot, and I mean a lot, of saddles. Boy, do you fish up a lot of saddles. Once you've got a good fishing rod, there's no need to do anything else sometimes, it seems. You get everything you could possibly want, and stuff you don't. That's enough of that. Let me go take you in the house and show you my saddle collection. Baby, why don't you come up to my house and have a look at my saddle collection? I'm sure you are gonna like it. Go ahead, have a seat. Have a seat on that saddle. No, actually, I'm not going to waste your time. What I've been doing with the saddles is actually distributing them around town, different places. And I even have been going to nearby islands where there are horses, taming horses and putting saddles on them and then leaving because I have so many saddles. But as you can see, I finally filled out all of those maps. This here almost doesn't look like the same map. Isn't that funny? I think that's because that one was made before the update, and that one was made after the update, and so the colors are a little different. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And, oh, I'm still getting this world mixed up with the one that got away. Oh, isn't that cool? That kind of looks like 2 hands shaking. See, one hand grasping the other. If you look closely, you can actually see the line of my highway. It goes like this all the way through and continues down. And it would be in here, but you can't see it. You can't see it in this one because the detail, well, you can kind of see right here, you can see little hints of it. But the detail in these maps is so poor that you can't really see it. You can. That's interesting. You can see that the loaded chunks from before the update are just blue, whereas the chunks around them show that there are reefs, coral and such. And in fact, I noticed this when I was doing this mapping, that the color of the sea changed when I went back and mapped it again. You can see here, these maps have not been done, and that's a treasure map that I don't think I've ever done. Wow, I wonder where it is. Where do you suppose it is? Let's do that today. Let's put away the fishing rod for a while. Grab a conduit if I have one. No, I still don't have 2 conduits. That's what I've been struggling to do. I've been struggling to get another conduit. Right? Yeah, I've got 6 Nautilus shells. And I need just 2 more before I can build a conduit. But I cannot have a conduit until then. I can take the conduit out of the water here and bring it with me if I wish. But I'm just going to go with my turtle shell helmet. Let's see. We'll get rid of the fishing rod. And we'll pull down my favorite tools. I don't really need a sword for anything, but I'll bring it. Of course, you gotta have your bucket, your boat, and I like to bring some obsidian in case I want to build a nether portal, and of course with that comes the flint and steel to strike it. Oh, wait, now what shovel is this? Fortune, unbreaking, efficiency, mending. Yeah, these are my favorite tools. Yes, okay. Now, is that one doesn't have... You can't have mending and silk touch, that's right. I don't need silk touch for this. Sharpness, unbreaking, looting. Looting and sharpness. There's really no reason to bring a sword. I have a lot of them. Yeah, this one's for cooking the food. What can I say? Not much point in worrying about that. Pardon me while I turn on a fan. The thermostat on the fireplace doesn't seem to be working at optimal. I had it set on the warm setting and it just kept going long after it had reached that setting, and it was in a nap, so it took me a while to notice, and when I did, the house was too warm. Right, so I wanted to come over my video manager, just click on that, find out when the last... Oh, it's night. Let's do that first. We're going to take a horse, I think. Well, we'll see. First, let's find out what direction I have to go. Yes! Okay. It uses the highway. So we do indeed want to take a horse. We don't need this extra saddle or the fish. And I think I'm going to dump... Oh, I can't just dump things. For starters, let's put that here. And I should probably collect... No, I'm not going to stray off the map enough to fill those in. I just want to find this one. So, I'm not going to collect maps to fill in, but I do need to put... Okay, the fish goes here. Gotta stay organized, folks. If you don't stay organized, it takes a lot longer to look in every single chest every time you're looking for something. The chickens, let's see how the chickens are doing. I haven't really done anything with the chicken stuff. Look, we have one grown chicken. Okay, watch. This is how this works. And he's roasted. And there's supposed to be eggs going off in there. But I'm not sure there's still any eggs left. The egg delivery system doesn't seem to be working at optimal. Oh yeah, I named this villager Grum. Made him go upside down. I didn't know you could do that with villagers. I knew you could do it with animal mobs. Okay, so the cart is still running. Let's go have a look back down in the basement, find out if there's eggs in the dispenser at all. I was like, if not, why not? I have been around home now for days. I've been spending many Minecraft days and many real-world hours. Oh, it's off in this direction. Fishing to try and get enough nautilus shells to make a spare conduit. And so that means that, oh yeah, we've had eggs going. They're just not hatching for some reason. Should we try a few more before setting off on a horse to go look for this treasure that I've probably already dug up? Nah, that's the funny part. I've probably already done it. Oh. Autopilot fail. You ever do that when you're setting out to go somewhere and, you know, you get in your conveyance, for me it's often a bicycle, or my car, and you start heading in the same direction you always do, even though it's not today, you know, the direction you go the most often, even though today you're going a different direction, and you're, oh, what direction am I supposed to go? Where am I going? Oh look, we got a baby chicken. Okay. I don't know if this thing is lagging or what. Now there's 2 chickens, so yeah, it's working. I'll just, you know, rapid punch that trigger. Can you imagine what it takes to design these controllers? They have to take so much abuse. There's not only the level of forceful interaction required for active gameplay. But then there's all the emotional stuff. And here's a question. What happened to my lava bucket? No, it's there. It's just not triggering for some reason. There it is. It does not kill the baby chickens. How many do we have? Just a couple. Well, that's good enough. It doesn't kill the baby chickens because they're too short. You put in a half slab so that a full-size chicken won't fit, but a baby chicken still does. And that's how that works. Okay. Now, we're not taking Dinnerbone. Dinnerbone's not fast enough. That's why I chose him. But just for your amusement, I will ride Dinnerbone around in the paddock. There you go. That's what it looks like when you ride Dinnerbone. It's pretty goofy. No, we're going to find Fasty Fast. I think that's his name. Fasty Fast. There. Isn't that him? Get out of my way. I do not know how these crazy villagers... What? They've had a baby? You guys are stuck in a paddock. What are you doing having kids? Sooner or later, I'm going to have to build a wall, let the villagers out, and then build the wall back out. I don't know, use a leash or something. Because villagers are breeding in the paddock. I don't even know how they got in the paddock in the first place. The only possible way I can get in without using my carpet is from about here. If I give it a good jump. I don't think villagers jump that way, that far. But at any rate, it's irrelevant. It really is. The little kid is a smith. See, they're actually come pre-dressed in their outfits. He's a smith, and he's getting pushed around by sheep. Is he the child of the farmer and the cartographer? Or no, actually he's a librarian. Or the cleric. Where'd the cleric go? Wait. We got... Yeah, we've got a cleric, a farmer, and a librarian. Stuck in here. They can't get back out. Okay, Fasty Fast, where'd you go? Oh, there he is, way back at the back. You're Fasty Fast, right? Let me just check. Whoops. Yeah, Fasty Fast. What a great name for a horse, don't you think? Alright, let's hit the highway fast. Oh! Wow, I almost went out without my lead again. Wonder if I'll lose the horse while I do this. Now, do I have the lead? I do, and I need to have some fences. What use a lead if you've got no fence to tie the horse to it? Come here, Fasty Fast. We're ready to go now. Wait, did you just... Oh. And you know, that spot's never going to grow grass again. And you can't make a path if it doesn't grow grass. You really have to be careful what you're holding in your hand when you get on the horse. Yeah. And if you have a horse and a boat, do not try to do any kind of mining or, gather sugar cane or anything that involves hitting, because you'll hit your horse instead. Even though he's behind you in the boat, you'll hit him. He's behind you, he's all around you. You are within his hit box as far as the game is concerned. I wish I could say I have a frog in my throat, but it's more like bronchitis or COPD or something. I find out at the end of the month what the results are of my breathing test, and maybe they'll finally give me a word to use to explain why I cough constantly and choke overnight and, Of course, I do know one of the reasons I cough, but I'm not sure it's actually to blame. I know so many people who don't have a chronic cough from it. People who consume a great deal more than I do. People who go through an entire rolled cigarette. And I haven't smoked tobacco since 1999. Yeah, yeah, that was, I think that was, no, 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 no. I don't remember. It was around the end of at the end of the last century that I stopped smoking it. And that was my second time quitting in my life. And I had quit for 10 years prior to that. And then just went through a period of extreme depression when I thought, why am I denying myself a pleasure in order to lengthen my life when I don't want to live anyway? And that the truth is, it has nothing to do with length of life. Taking care of yourself has to do with quality of life. Your life could be cut short in an instant by the most unexpected thing. A bolt of death can drop out of the sky. I heard a tale of a fella sitting in his living room one time that had a metal bar drill its way through his house all the way down to knock a hole in the couch between his legs. It came very close to unmanning him, and yet he lived. But it could just as easily have been just slightly further over and hit him in the head, and he wouldn't have lived. And we all know the whole thing. You could step out on the street tomorrow, get hit by a bus. I don't know. Do your friends all say that? That was a really common statement for a while. The people would be like, and it's kind of like YOLO. You only live once, which I don't believe that's true. I believe in reincarnation. I believe you get to live over and over and over again until you get it right, and then you come back out of the generosity of your spirit to help other people get it right. And in each incarnation, you may or may not have awareness of other lifetimes lived, depending on how important it is to the life you're currently living. Because in each life, you're there for something a little different, to have a different experience. No two lives are the same. So I don't like the statement, you only live once. It's an excuse to be stupid, and doesn't serve any good purpose to your character, your soul, or your community. It just seems really wasteful. You only live once. So, let's go do, I don't know. At any rate, I should have cows to mend my axe. But we're marching forward down the road. It's a long highway. It is. It can actually take up to 20 minutes to get to the end of this highway, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to the end of it. Although, that's, wow. How far do you think I'll have to go? Will I have to go past the end of this highway and forge a new one? If so, there's a paddock at the end of the highway where I will leave the horse and I will go on foot. Well, he's got nice armor, and I don't have a second saddle. And I'm not about to build a highway. This highway was built with the specific purpose in mind of being able to ride a horse with minimal key presses. It's not 100% straight. You can't just set your nose and then just, wrap an elastic around the controller and wander off. I've done that with boating on this game, where I've actually wrapped an elastic between the controller and the bottom handle, I guess it would be, or wing if you thought of it as an airplane shape, and just set it down and went and did something else while I boated across a vast ocean. I've done that. I used to do that in Active Worlds. I don't know if you've ever heard of Active Worlds. It's still around. AW, activeworlds.com. And Minecraft has replaced that for me. Minecraft is much easier to play. Active Worlds is very computer hungry. It's very intensive, power intensive. If you want to have a good time in Active Worlds, you very definitely need a strong computer. And when it comes to computers, if you're buying a computer, you've got a choice between strong or small or very, very expensive. About $2,000, give or take 500, will get you a good computer that's very compact or a good computer that's very powerful. But you can't have a good, powerful, compact computer. That's the problem. And I go for compact. And Mr. goes for powerful. And so he's the one using all the electricity and space for the computer. And he refuses to go small. Unless it's going to be as powerful as one he's got. And we just don't have that kind of budget when we go computer shopping. Even just coming up with the 2K can be a real stretch. And since, in the last few years, forget about it. It took me a while to realize why our money doesn't go as far as it used to, why we now scrape just to get by, and I realized it's because all of our utility bills have doubled in the last 5 years. All of them. And the debts, of course, have climbed because they just happily keep adding interest, and there's you not paying it off, and the debt gradually climbs. You miss a payment now and then, or you pay a little less this time, just the minimum or something, and the debt climbs even more. This is that area where you could actually see that there was, and if you look, you could actually see the weeds start on a line out there. On the map, it showed as almost like a channel in the middle of the reefs, and you can even see the lights way out there from the coral reefs. So if this biome had not been loaded yet, it would actually be a coral biome all the way across. I did find one ship. It was off in that direction over there. There was a ship. Or maybe it was over that way. I can't quite remember. I did find a ship. Look at all the coral hiding over there. Isn't that fine? Just lovely. Oh, yes. And then I ran out of fencing, and I've never come back, even though I thought I would, I've never come back to put in more fencing, and so it gets dark and narrow through here. But I did have the decency to reward myself with a properly wide route. Yeah, and then I started making sandstone. See, now this would be a place where I could leave some saddles in a trunk. And then a traveler could switch horses or whatever. But I'm always out here with a horse, and I don't have anybody playing with me, so there's very low motivation to do these things. Yes, you see, it's a very narrow cause. It feels more narrow through here. It isn't. It just feels it because there's actually, I think it is 1 block narrower. Because of all the ocean, I was finding it extremely difficult to get materials. I wasn't able to, I even set up furnaces when I had cobblestone, but I ran out of cobblestone because it'd been quite a while since I'd gone through a mountain. So I was taking out entire islands to create the sandstone because it takes 4 blocks of sand to get 1 block of sandstone. And then I would turn them into slabs, giving me essentially 2 blocks for each 4 blocks of sand. So that was a lot of, unnerving. I had to put, oh, that's beautiful. Look, there's coral down there. I had to put the fence post in the middle there because as I built, I would tie my horse up and then I would build for a while. So there's all these spots where you've got a wide spot and a post in the middle, because if you put the horse too close to the edge, the silly thing will actually fall off and be bouncing in the water with a really stretched out lead, possibly even break it. So with Active Worlds, to get back to that subject, Active Worlds is a 3D world. It was probably the first fully textured build as you go 3D world that you could go, virtual world that you could go into. It started, I think, in '95, and Dan and I met there. We were both members of this world. Oh, yes. Right. Now, that is a temple that I have looted, but not torn down. I don't have enough need for the stone. But I've been in there and I've taken the gold and the sponge out of it. Actually, I probably have missed the sponge rooms. I remember noticing that it can be so hard to find sponge rooms, you think there isn't one. And then recently I had a conduit and I had a lot of patience, and that was in the other world, and I tore a temple down to nothing. Almost nothing. I didn't get to finish. The world vanished on me. I'm still mad about that. I was enjoying myself with the big pink castle. And yeah, that ice biome showed up on the, it wasn't there when I built the highway. But then while I was making my constant trips back and forth with the remains of the Woodland Mansion, the update happened that added ice biomes, and it showed up right there, and I thought, wow. So the truth is, you see a view in the distance, it can actually change. I mean, your loaded chunks are the only part that stays the same, is the ones where you've actually walked into that chunk. The fact that they're visible from where you stand is irrelevant. If they haven't been loaded on, like as on a map, at least the internal memory map, even if you weren't, because if you're not carrying a map, you won't get the stuff that you've actually seen. Yeah, the Active Worlds was a social platform and an artistic platform. And in fact, if you bought your own world, because there's a universe full of individual worlds, and if you bought your own world, you could even load your own objects. You could make your own 3D objects to load into it, because it didn't work with blocks. It worked with actual 3D objects. So for instance, for a building, you would have a variety of building parts. You would have plain walls. You would have walls with windows. You would have walls with doors. You would have doors that you set into the lintel on the wall with doors. You would have a table. You would have chairs. You had beds. You had trees. You had flowers. You had all manner of stuff. And you started with a blank, empty world. And for the longest time, that world was just flat. And then they finally brought in a facility that allowed you to actually pull the land up and down. And you could lay in water. Yeah, I forget how that worked, but you could put in a water block. So you could make, no, could you? No, there were no waterfalls at first. I'm remembering water more, like there was water at sea level. But I'm remembering that at some point it was possible to make a fountain, but maybe I'm probably getting mixed up with Minecraft now. You would, you'd have a rock that had a GIF for a texture, and the GIF would be flowing water, and then you would put this boulder with water flowing over its face in position, and you could change the sizes of things, I think. No, they were one size only, so you had a variety of sizes of objects you loaded. At any rate, I made a beautiful world. I was really proud of it, and it was real escapism for me. I could go in there and wander around and be in this beautiful place that I had created. And if I had a vision, I could create more. And if you're curious, my channel includes video tours of that world. All of the best sights to be seen are there to be seen. And sometimes I joined with other people and I would build for them. I really enjoyed building, and I would build in their worlds. And I remember this one world, they were a fetishist fantasy group. There was a lot of fetish fantasy people. They would create fetish fantasy worlds, mostly based on novels by John Norman called the Gore series, G-O-R, based on the idea of a planet running. Oh, look, there's another portal here. Oh, I've already walked through the map. Why didn't you tell me I was there? Welcome to chat. 0 viewers. All right, we'll just head on back over there then. Dear me, that's an oops. So yeah, they would build these worlds based on this barbarian series of novels where women were sex objects and slaves, and men got to do whatever they pleased whenever they pleased and behave atrociously and get away with it. You know, a primitive version of the United States. I'm so glad they're starting to change that. I hope they fix that. Yeah, so this One World invited me in. I was friends with some of them. Parts of me kind of got a kick out of the fantasy thing, and parts of me didn't. So I was invited to build a library, a scribe's hall, it was called. And that was a blast, and I loved the objects they had. I really enjoyed building it, but then they shut down the world because Active Worlds decided that all of these perverts had to go. I think the biggest problem with Active Worlds is they couldn't afford enough server for their own popularity. They just could not afford the bandwidth that it took to serve as many members as they had, so they started doing some really severe changes that forced people to quit the game. That included censorship, and that included massive membership fee increases. So those of us that were still very committed to it, we rolled with the changes, and others went, screw this, man, One Life's, I'm going to One Life, or was it called One Life? Or by that time there was a competing game where you bought objects from the server. It was a lot of DLC content that you paid for, and the primary focus was on socializing and dating, and they even had sex animations. So that drove all the fetishists and perverts out of Active Worlds. Although I think some may still linger to this day, keeping up the old ways. And I was like, my scribe's hall, I just finished it. So they helped me get the, where is my, oh man, I went way off kilter. I was so busy talking, I completely missed the map, and I went well out of range. They helped me download the data, I guess, to get it, to load it into my world, and I was able to load it in. And I think yes, I modified the code by hand in a text. I've got a text application on my computer. By hand, I modified it to change over to objects that I had in my world instead of objects for theirs. Or I downloaded some of the objects. I don't even remember, but the Scribes Hall is one of the tours, video tours you can actually enjoy right here on this channel. I'm not going to link it because this is a live stream on Mixer that I download and upload quickly to YouTube. So I would say go to my video lists and scroll to the oldest. Go past all the Muzzy Marcelino whistling. I was so disappointed when I found somebody else already had Muzzy Marcelino on YouTube, and I did not have the only Muzzy Marcelino. Oh my OMG Muzzy Marcelino. There was a flood in town back in 1982, and people threw out all their LPs that had wet covers. And the record would still be in its sleeve and still be in good shape, but because the record album cover got wet and the insurance was covering the cost, they threw them out. And this meant that people like me, who were scavenging it, I don't have the time anymore, but back then I had a lot of idle time, and I and my husband at the time, my first husband, would scavenge the trash cans, especially after an event like this, and get all kinds of wonderful goodies that I don't know if you still find that stuff. They've successfully introduced recycling programs that ensure that people have to buy new goods. And they no longer make them with the same quality. Man, the coral around here is just beautiful in the distance. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Beautiful and useless. You can come out with Silk Touch. The little stairs are all about my Frostwalker boots. They take me down low enough that I can get in and out. That they allow me to get down on the water, on the ice. And in the distance you often see the frost from my Frostwalker boots, the ice left over. And Muzzy Marcelino was one of these vinyl LPs that turned up after the flood. Sleeveless. I never knew what the cover was on it. I just had the record, but boy did I like it. Still do. So when I got my first USB turntable, I ripped it and proudly put it up on YouTube, which did not yet do copyright strikes or flags or monetization of any kind. And they really didn't care what you put up. It was the wild, wild west of the internet. I miss those days. I really miss those days. There were far fewer trolls back then, too, interestingly enough, even though there was very little censorship and no monetization and nobody telling you, nobody worrying about copyright. Well, they were worrying about it. They just didn't know what to do about it yet. Somehow there wasn't anybody trolling. Oh, looks like we're going to be here shortly. Yes. Yes. We're on the map now. Okay, we are on the map. And we've got to go across the water here. Yeah, so I ripped it and then a few years later discovered that somebody had a better quality copy of it. But I just don't have the heart to throw it away. Now you can run your horse through the water if it's only 1 block deep, but after that, that's the extent of what you can do. Now I'm pretty sure this village has been explored, but let's find out, shall we? Oh, whoa, watch out for the drop-offs. My goodness. Wow. I don't think I have been here before. This might be my first visit to this village. Nope, nope, nope. There's a horse I've left behind. Not my first visit. Fasty Fast can't quite jump that, I think. No. Ah, there we go. I'm going to leave Fasty Fast in the village. And I'm going to slip on my Frostwalker boots. And head on through the tavern here and go on foot. Yeah, this is the one where I left the horse. Okay, I have been here. Seems likely. I mean, you can see it from the highway, so why wouldn't I have explored it, right? Alrighty. Now. Yep, we're heading in the right direction. I don't like looking for these treasures, to tell you the honest truth. They have a terrible habit of not being anywhere near where I'm digging. Oh, if you want to catch a bunny, you hold a dandelion in your hand. The bunny will come straight to you, and then you very rapidly switch from the dandelion to the weapon and kill the bunny. You can get a lot of rabbits that way, allowing you to get rabbit feet. Now that... been here. I think I've found this. Have I? Sure enough, that's my stuff. Ah, that's where this map is from. Okay. Now, where are we? We're heading there. Should I fill it in all around there? Sure, why not run through here and fill in this coastline a little bit here. I think I've been to this treasure already. It's probably one of the Heart of the Seas that I already have. But I'm just going to fill in some of the map here so it looks pretty on the wall. I mean, you know. Where are we at? Okay, that's this river. Now, I don't know if I want to fill in the whole map. Oh. I don't think I've been there. I think that is a new village. And a temple. Now, that's worth coming out for. Oh, please, let it be fresh. Let it be new. It really doesn't look familiar. Oh, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Have I been here before? Oh, now I'm thinking maybe I do remember this. No, I've never been. Woohoo! Okay, let's look at this. I actually still had a saddle with me. Well, if I see a horse in the immediate vicinity, I'll stick a saddle on it. Okay, we need that. And down we go. This is how I do them. See, you really need to be watching out with these things, because if you drop something, whoops, on the plate at the bottom, what the heck? Okay, where's my shovel? Have I been here? Yes, I have been here, haven't I? Yes. I was here. I've been here. That's very disappointing, I must say. Look at that. All I've got left is sand. And I'm not sure how to get back up. Wait. Looks like I might have worked my way in from the side is what I did, isn't it? Except what the heck? Okay, yeah. I was getting rid of the extra blocks is what all this is. Alright, let's get a torch. Put one here. How disappointing. That means that this village has been raided too. Let's go see if I left stuff behind. Must have been a villager stuck in. Yeah, you see I've gone and made all the houses accessible, and yeah. Got these guys set up. Well, almost made them all accessible. What's going on here? There's no blacksmith in this village, is there? I'm not going to steal their books because I found a... oh, what do you call them? Huh, I think I probably put all that... yeah, I did. I put all that polished granite down. I had full pockets. Same thing goes with these. This is all me with full pockets, emptying my pockets. Boring. Uh-oh. That's the trouble with jumping in the water. You can actually drown yourself. Ah, there's no blacksmith. How dull. How very dull. OMG, that's so boring. I'm gonna go take out some sand. Can I do it without falling down myself? Woohoo! Really? That's all you got for me? Well, do it here now. That's better. Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. That's really good. And a stick and some sand. Caverns full of nothing. Lots of nothing, see? Well, there's coal if I want to re-energize things, and iron. I don't see any gold or diamonds sitting around. I'm not on a mining trip. I have so much stuff back home. There's just really very little incentive to do any mining trips. But, you know, until my pockets are too full, I'll just keep carrying all this stuff with me. Well, alright. That wasn't bad. On to the treasure. Doodly doodly doo. So much running. Yeah, ActiveWorld has actually updated their updated recently. My husband periodically checks in, and he was on there just the other night. They've got a whole new welcoming area. Speaking of which, he's home. So pardon the interruptions as we continue to look for our treasure. I'm recording, Dan. And the dog, of course, wants out of his basket, one dog, to go greet his beloved man. Because dogs are like that. Alright, let's go find that treasure. And it's probably been taken, given that I've already been in the area. But then why wasn't this map filled out? Double checking. Directly to this point here. Alright now. Okay, I need to change my boots. The sun will be rising shortly, so that'll take care of all that extra ice. And somewhere around here... Alright, let's see. Put this map in my proper hands here so I can actually get a good look at it. And... I really am right on top of it, aren't I? I've been playing with conduit power so long it's easy to forget I can drown. See, this is the thing I don't like about these treasure maps. There's a lot of digging involved. You can obliterate the entire island without figuring out where the thing you seek is actually hiding. I usually make quite the mess before I finally find what I'm looking for. Let's have another look at the map. I'm already off the map. It's right where I've already dug. Exactly. It's right around here somewhere. Well, there's anything here that... Just keep an eye out for those... Oh, there it is! Woo! I have not raided it before. Okay, let's go get a breath. I can stand here and I can raid this. Yes! That's nice. Look at that. And that reminds me, I forgot to bring iron with me. Or wood for sticks. Well, I've got 33 sticks. I did bring sticks. Oh, that's right. I no longer need to bring what I need for tools because I've got mending tools. Alright, now a torch to indicate to me that I have indeed collected this treasure. As if the digging hole, the holes dug wouldn't tell you. As if. Wow. I really would like to gather all this material. And hey, you know, you make glass with it. I've only got 2 stacks of glass back home. What if I decide to build another skyscraper? I should, shouldn't I? So I'm kind of tired of just building another skyscraper. You know, what material shall I build a skyscraper out of today? I would love some input, a suggestion on something that my town needs. You know, what kind of structure or building should I make? I'm just going to swim. It's actually faster than running, even with Frostwalker boots. So I'm going to swim back to the horse. I swear, swimming is even faster than running on a horse, but you can't do it on the land. So I'm going to head back to the horse and take a quick inventory of all the stuff I just acquired. The dog wants back in his basket now that he's done greeting his master, but if I take my hands off my controller, I will sink. So he's going to have to wait. He's not very patient, though. He's going to squeak the whole time. Okay. That's the front end of this dog. He just got this beautiful outfit. It's a 2-piece. the sweater goes over top of what's essentially a tank top onesie. Don't stick your tongue in my mouth, dear. That's going too far. I love you very much, but I don't want to French you. It's made out of alpaca and it is so soft. Yeah, it's a two-piece. And we bought it from a lady in Holland who hand knits these things. And she even made this incredible embroidered owl patches, which are in fact little pockets you could stuff a dog treat in. Or your stash. Can you imagine going someplace where they're using canines to sniff for contraband, and the contraband is in the pocket of your dog? And then the dog keeps signaling that this little dog here, there's something about this little dog. Would the agent realize that it wasn't just this dog smells sexy or whatever it is that, it wasn't just a case of, oh, I'm sniffing this dog? Would the agent understand that? Oh, and let's have a look at, okay, so I got another Heart of the Sea. I got some chain mail to put on an armor stand and look pretty. I got more TNT. I got some iron, and I don't know if I have that record disc here yet. There we go. And we were able to get here. Yeah, we went across the water. That's right. See, now I could totally put a saddle on that horse. Let's tame this horse and put a saddle on it. Ooh, he doesn't like it very much, does he? Oh. Yes, he's all right with it. There we go. Wait, let's find out how fast does this horse go. Hello, thank you, first person. Oh, he's a good fast one, isn't he? Alright, he's a high jumper and a fast horse. That's pretty neat. But, I guess I could bring him back if I used the lead. I could swap him for Fasty Fast. Come on, Fasty Fast, let's go home. We'll just leave those two saddled horses there. And you and me, we're going to cross the water. Oh, I know you can put chests on a donkey. That's how I got all my stuff back from the faraway world. But, I don't know, donkeys. They're so slow. They don't jump. I mean, they auto jump one block high, but they move at a fraction of the speed of other horses. Oh, yeah. You see, I've actually left a few horses scattered in this area, well, with saddles. You get so many saddles, you just start taming horses and leaving them around with saddles on them. I think at this point I'm going to end the stream because all this is now is me riding home. Pretty boring. So, bye.